Hi, I'm Rachel, and this is Designed Resilience, the corner of the internet where we talk about building daily habits and practices to help you have the foundation that you need to make it through great times and difficult times. And um, I normally publish on Fridays, and I wanted to wait this week until Saturday because I was going to have a first in my lifetime experience by participating in the No Kings demonstration here in Denver. And so I wanted to wait to see what that experience was going to be like and what I could share, because I think that in times when things are uncertain, resilience shows up. And so I'm significantly less polished than I like to bring myself to these videos, but I wanted to tell you about my day. So my husband and I got up and we drove to downtown Denver, about 30 minutes away, where we knew there was going to be an event as part of the what I think is global No Kings Day. And when we got there, we walked through several booths of nonprofit organizations and NGOs that were there to help people find a place to plug in, to become advocates for the things that they believe in. And there were all kinds of organizations supporting different groups of people, different ideologies, different just ways of being. And so we stopped and talked to a few of them and learned some things. We were relatively new. We only got to Colorado in March. And so learning about the organizations and the work that they were doing in our communities was super helpful and very interesting. And it felt like any festival you might go to. I've been to jazz festivals and there were vendors there and booths and organizations. And um, so it was great to learn and great to pass through. And following that, the speakers who were arranged, or some of them at least, started speaking. And so we went over to a place where we could hear the speeches, and a impassioned speech was given by a doctor who has served globally and cared for people in all kinds of situations and talked about the importance of humanity and the importance of taking care of our neighbor, and how, especially in healthcare, you kind of get to see the results of inhumane treatment. And he was a great speaker. And then there was a leader of a local organization, actually from Aurora, which is closer to the community that we're a part of. And she spoke about shared histories across different types of people and how we aren't that different. That we really have so much that we can learn from each other and so much similarity in our backgrounds. And then the march started and we marched. We didn't do the entire path, but we marched for a good long while with the group. And if you've ever run a 5K, that's honestly what it felt like. The roads were shut down by the Denver police, which was wonderful. And we just kind of, it's almost like if you ever run a 5K or 10K or any race, when you set up your corral, like, right out of the gate, you're just kind of walking because everybody needs to get their pace and start running. And so the entire walk felt like that, just a 5K corral that never loosened up. And we were surrounded by people, and we chanted, and it was great. It was peaceful. It was an opportunity to be around people who value the things you value and who want to demonstrate that humanity and decency and peace and justice and liberty are important. And so I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to go, and I brought back some things. One of them was there was a table. Everything was free at the event. Um, waters and snacks and things like this. And it was a small bracelet making station, but my hands were kind of shaking because I was a little overwhelmed with the whole event. So I didn't make a bracelet. I made a little keychain. But they were so helpful and kind, and it was just really nice. So I made a little colorful keychain and met some beautiful people. And then we got some buttons. And so this one says, "Together we have power," and that we're stronger together, and don't give up hope. And I put those on my shirt and I wore them during the day. And then I got a American flag and used it to emphasize the chants that we did and carried it as we marched. Because there are beautiful people and things about this country. My husband is a Army veteran who served 3 deployments and has experienced combat. And I know that there are generations of brave men and women who have fought for us to retain freedom and liberty. And I am grateful to have had the opportunity to show up and listen and learn and watch and walk and chant in support of the people who are also in this country and the justice and liberty that they deserve. And it looks like it's turning out to be a big global event, which I am grateful for, because I think sometimes you just need to see who's in your corner. So today is very different than any other video I've ever posted, and it feels very personal. So I hope that it finds the right audience. But today, designed resilience became designed resistance. And if nothing changes, at least I showed up. But I am not going to give up hope that we made a difference today. So, thank you so much. I hope you found it helpful, and I'll see you next week.